Welcome to another episode of Film Fanatics. Adam, two young would-be sweethearts, one who works for Howard Hughes, the other who aspires he make her a star, grapple with the enigmatic billionaire in late 50s Hollywood. No, this isn't the much anticipated La La Land, which feels eerily close in plot and story.
Right.
This is Rules Don't Apply, a new film by the equally enigmatic Warren Beatty.
His first movie since 1998's Bullworth as
Gosh,
a director.
I can't believe it's been that long.
It's been a long time.
And this is what's interesting. Most young people aren't interested in this film at all.
No.
And that's okay. It's a decidedly old-fashioned film.
Right.
What did you think about it?
I didn't think it was all that great, to be honest.
Right.
I think that they're billing it as Warren Beatty's comeback picture. I think that Warren Beatty is rusty as a director, and I think you can feel it. I think the movie is messy and disjointed. I think there are good things about it. Beatty's performance is actually a lot of fun. Granted, we should let the audience know that it's a good 30-35 minutes before he even shows up.
That's what's interesting. The trailers imply that he's a major character.
He's the background.
But I like that the story, that's nice. It's rare that we go into a movie with a little surprise.
Yeah.
And the real stars and the plot revolves around Lily Collins and Alden Ehrenreich, who play these, we hope and we're rooting that they get together. They're both very...
That's interesting because I don't think you know what, a buddy of mine that I watched this movie with...
At least I was hoping.
He said that, and I agree with him on this point, he thinks that Rules Don't Apply feels like a 10-part miniseries condensed into 2 hours and 10 minutes. And I totally agree with that assessment. This movie is completely disjointed. It's very messy.
The first, about 45 minutes, the edits in it are very quick.
It's weird.
And yet, then it kind of rambles in this third act, I would say. It feels too long. I wish it was wittier. Adam, see if you agree with me. This film feels like a Woody Allen movie without Woody Allen.
It's funny you mention that because
touch.
Cafe Society, the film that Woody Allen released earlier this year, they have a lot in common. That film was better than this one, and it's a shame because there are some great actors in this movie.
Sure.
A lot of the actors in the movie are completely squandered.
But it sounds like I liked it a little more than you
You liked it a lot more than I did.
It is old-fashioned. The recreation of mid-century Los Angeles by
the look is great.
Is fantastic. It has all the pieces, but maybe...
It's lit well, too. The movie is extremely...
Yeah, it's interesting because
it's got good lighting.
Because Warren Beatty's in the dark most of the time. It's a rare movie that's like this, that it is very nostalgic, and so I think I liked it more, and I'm willing to overlook its imperfections.
Yeah, I didn't hate it, but honestly, I would say, unless you're a really big Warren Beatty fan, I would say skip it. Maybe a stream if you really like Warren Beatty.
Well, I don't even think you need to like Warren Beatty. I think you need to like this type of film. But I say definitely stream it if you're inclined to like nostalgic
Allied's
films.
better for an old-fashioned type movie.
I can't really argue that.
I don't want to compare, it's just hard not to. But I'm going to say
there's other things
it.
in the theater. We love and adore Moana.
Absolutely.
And
go
we
see
love
Moana.
Arrival.
Right, and I want to talk to you about another little movie before we part ways this afternoon.
I can't wait to hear.
Bad Santa, Bruce. Bad Santa 2.
Why a sequel? Well, you know why.
What's in the name?
$125 million.
What's in the name? Everything. Okay. This sequel is, this follows in the tradition of...
Unnecessary sequels.
Yeah, this movie follows in the tradition of comedy sequels that are greatly inferior to their predecessors.
Which
the
is
comedy
saying a lot
sequel
since
is
the original was terrible.
I liked the original.
I know.
You didn't like it?
You're sick and twisted.
All right, so...
but that was who the film was made for. So.
Right. Thank you, Bruce. It's really nice to have you
Merry
back.
Christmas to you, too.
So, Willie Soak, played by Billy Bob Thornton, is back.
We love.
And this time, the foul-mouthed drunk teams with equally foul-mouthed Marcus, played by Tony Cox, and his estranged mom, Sunny, played by the great Kathy Bates, to steal money from a children's charity organization.
Nice.
Because nothing says Merry Christmas like stealing money from a charity organization. So listen, I love a great Christmas movie for those who don't necessarily like Christmas movies. The Ref, Black Christmas, War of the Roses, the original Bad Santa, take
National
your pick.
Lampoon's Christmas, the
well,
classic.
but that's a little more heartwarming.
Okay.
These are edgier movies. This sequel is just...
Krampus.
Yeah, love Krampus. This sequel is just mean and crude for the sake of being mean and crude, and ugliness and constant use of the F word doesn't equal funny in a comedy. It's all about context. This movie is sorely lacking the touch of the original, which was directed by Terry Zwigoff and written by the Coen brothers. And there's a fine line there, and this movie never hits the mark. It's forgettable. I wanted to like it. There were moments that make me laugh. Thornton you know, Billy Bob Thornton is back and he hits all the right notes as the character. It's just not a very good movie.
Well, there you go.
Skip it.
Who knew that Adam had taste? His Merry Christmas gift to all of us.
I'm going to do this show solo from now on.
And we'll see how that goes for you. Once again, another fine episode of Film Fanatics. I'm Bruce Bennett, critic with madaboutmovies.org.
And I'm Adam Mast with Cinemast.net.
And we're Film Fanatics.
Are you? Yeah, man, rules don't apply. I didn't hate it. I mean, maybe it sounded like I hated it. It just was not.
And in the holiday season, you know, we want to see movies that knock it out of the park.
Yeah, it's just not. Again, I think Warren Beatty should direct more often. Clearly, the guy
It
was
had come out
rusty.
in January.